All right, welcome to the Hot Colors Powder Coating YouTube channel. Today, we are powder coating an intake manifold, as you can tell. We are doing this in Illusion Sour Apple, which is a bright green color. I've already masked it. As you see, the water neck, carburetor, that's fallout right there. All right, that's better. And the bottom, of course, is taped. You kind of can't see that, but this is a fuel injected manifold, so all the injector holes have to be plugged. And of course, I taped the carb. It's fuel injected, so it has a throttle body adapter that's hanging over there. I call it carb because, you know, it's a 4150. Yeah, the other flange is a 4500, I think. But anyway, we are going to put it's hot right now. I mean, this thing's like hot, like over 350. So I pushed my luck with the tape. One day I'll do a video on taping alone, just so everybody can see the little tricks that I use to keep it on there. Putting the tape on there is not a problem. It's keeping it on there while you put it in there and preheat it or bake it that's the issue. All right. We're all tuned up. Ground clamp. You like to have that on there if you can. It's not electrostatic without that. All right. We got a cup gun, Northern cup gun loaded with Illusion Sour Apple. Turn our light hat on. I've already test fired the gun and it was spraying beautifully. And we're gonna dive right in. Try to get it in the areas where, you know, it may or may not want to go later. And this is a cast manifold, so I like to spray this type of stuff hot so that the air is expanded in the casting. The problem with it is if you don't expand the air in the casting first, people call it outgassing, call it what you want. But if you don't expand the air in the casting first, when you put it in the oven and heat it up, it will expand and it'll blow a hole in the finish. A bubble, I don't know what you want to call it. It's a hole. It's where there's a bare spot because it outgassed. Not great. As you can tell, I got this thing where it doesn't really want to put out a lot, versus light, almost right where you want to be. See that? It ain't wanting to do a whole lot, which I like it like that. This is an air gap manifold, meaning there's a slot all the way under this manifold, making it a challenge to get it all to cover. So you got to kind of make sure you go around to all your angles and look through there, see what you got. And now's the time to do it while it's hot. Don't worry about the metallic being uneven, because it's going to be. All right, so this is what you're gonna do for a hot coat. Just gonna real quick put a little dust on there. That's it, it's done. See how it all melted and it looks kind of greenish? What we're gonna do when we come back is we're going to dust everything up. We are going to come in and make it powdery looking again. That's why we just don't want to put a lot on right now. We're just trying to fill the pores of the metal while it's hot. That's it. You know, get it all outgassed and pushing out, and then put your powder on there while it's hot so that you can seal those holes up or pores up a little bit better. It's just a trick for shooting cast stuff. If you already know it's got air in it, you might as well preheat it. It doesn't hurt to get down on the ground and look up at it, you know, because this is basically the front of it. So now's the time to make sure that you've got all these nooks and crannies, because when it's hot, I point the gun in there, pull the trigger, it lands on there and it's heat sensitive and it stays there. It doesn't get pushed away by electrostatics or solar wind or whatever you want to call it. Those little dudes down there, no. No. Shame on you for shooting something like that high. No, no, no. It's too little. No. You don't want to do that if you don't have to. I mean, if you're forced to, if that was like a little cast part, oh, I'd have to do it. But then you really want to be like way back here and just dust it. That's it. All right, so we're going to cut this camera off. And I'm going to push this over there in front of my biggest fan. And we're going to power cool it. And once it's cooled down to, I don't know, I could take anywhere between maybe 140 to 120. That's the range I want to be at when I dust it again, if I can. And that stuff I'm just going to do cold because it'll be cold by then. And that'll probably be cold too. So, all right, we'll be back in a minute. Once we get this thing cooled down and we'll dust her up. Back. I got it cooled down. It's about 110 degrees or so. At least that piece is. The rest of this is cold. Let's just go ahead and get these dudes out of the way. We're going to spray these cold. There's no, you run the risk of putting way too much on them to spray them hot. And there's no reason to spray them hot. It's one of those things, if there's no reason to spray it hot, it's not a cast part or something that's hard to get. Why? I mean, doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. Now, I guess let's go here next. And all we're doing here is covering up the shiny. You guys heard me say this 100 times, but as you see, I got a light hat on that ain't on. The tip of the day. If you're going to wear a light hat, turn it on. There you go. All right, so we're trying to cover up the shiny that I can see much better now that I got my damn light on. And there you go. So this, you're just going to do the same. I'm going to run out of material here, ain't I? Let's just go fill it up now. Let's go fill it up right now. Yeah, this cup is a hard plastic X Seal cup. And you drop it from time to time and it got an owie. So I put a Band-Aid on it and it still worked. Sometimes it needs a Band-Aid. That's weird. There's gold. Well, there's some gold in this material. It's all accumulated on the thingamajigger. A lot of the greens have gold metallics in them. It's a green thing, I think. And we're going to see how that powder's coming all the way around there? Well, you got to remember, this is electrostatic. What the hell is going on here? We need to turn up our flow of number. And see how it's huffing out of there on the other side? You're wondering, how are you going to get all the way into that air gap? Just like that. It's electrostatic. You might as well take advantage of it, right? So we're just about done covering up the shiny. And we're going to stop and have a look and see where we're at. You got the light hat on. You can look around and shine the light with your head on it because I got my hands full with the cup gun. It looks like a pretty good coat. All right, second tip of the day with metallics, okay? You want to, the gun's up pretty good, I got a lot coming out. To even out the metallics a little bit. This is true with painting too. Back your gun distance up, turn the material up just a touch, just so you got a pretty good huff coming out, and quickly dust over it. It evens the metallics out. Because I'm here and I'm here and I'm here, I'm all over the place, I'm concentrating and I'm trying to get it here or here, and I'm getting it uneven in places. So when you're done, just even that up pretty much just by going around and dusting the whole thing from a good distance will make a ton of difference in how even the metallics are. Same thing on all the stuff. I just go from a distance. You feel like you're not really doing anything, but it is. It is even in the metallics out. All right, so that's pretty much it. And then I'm gonna go over this with you too. Here's another thing I do. I eat big jugs of M&Ms. No, that's not what I was going to tell you. But when I eat them, I save the jug so I can put plugs in them because I have this plug set for this manifold, right? I put them in the thing. So when I clear it, they're all still here. But anyway, that wasn't the tip. The tip is, you see all these plugs? They're going to make a flashing on every hole. I can't have that. So what I do, oh, this one's a bitch. And I touched it. You little pooper. Get back in there. So that'll happen sometimes when you go to take the plugs out. You just put the plug back in and give it a little poof, and you're good. Now that the plug's already been out, it should, all right, there we go. Now the rest of them will be easy. That was a hard one. All right, so I'm gonna pull the plugs out. As you can see, I like these type of plugs. They're called pull plugs. Why are they called pull plugs? Because they have a handle on them, okay? And they stick out enough where you can just grab it and pull it out, right? You wanna make sure you don't drag the tip of the plug down the part. Got all those? Okay, now the injector holes. I got one right here. That's a big one. All right, so what I want to show you is this. You see the built up powder that's around that plug right there? If I was to leave that plug in there and put it in the oven, what happens is that powder melts and fuses to that powder. So when I pull the plug out, this powder ring you see on there is now connected to the part, and it leaves a flashing that sticks up, a sharp flashing. Most people just trim it off. Just take the plugs out. It'll be perfect. If you just take the plugs out before, and on these injector holes, man, you really want to be there. Because, man, the injector O-rings are going to be not happy with a sharp flashing. You know, you're going to put your injector O-ring in there and your injector in, and it cuts the O-ring, and now it leaks fuel everywhere. Poop. This way, they're going to be smooth. Now, when the clear comes, when I put a clear on it, I'm going to blow all. I take my hand and put it over this. I put my little wand down in there for my blowgun, and I blow all the powder off of there, and I just set that down. And then when I bring my part back in, all my plugs for that part are in here. I take them out, put them in. If there's any left, I know I missed one, and I clear it. And then I take them out again. I put them back in here. Your plugs last a ton longer that way too, and you're offering a higher quality product if you in and out the plugs. That's what I call it. I put them in, I take them out. I don't bake them if I don't have to. Some of them, every once in a while, I'll bake them. All right, we're gonna go in the oven. We're gonna bake this thing up, get her flowed out, get her cooled down, and clear it. We'll come back and show you the clear. All right, we are back with the clear. We have all the plugs are in. I put those in while I was waiting for it to cool. It took 900 years. So we got all that in. All of our parts are back here. So, and just to let you know, I did not cure this all together. I put it all in there together, and I took those 3 pieces off in a certain amount of time. I took that piece off in a certain amount of time, and that was in there for 20 minutes to get it up to a temp that I'm happy with. Sorry, let's go. Basically what we're gonna do, we're gonna marshmallow it like you've seen before if you watch the channel. And the whole idea here, if you can, is to move kind of quick and don't really concentrate on any one area. Let's just say I'm cruising along here and it doesn't want to go somewhere. Just move on. Just move on a little bit, because what you're gonna make it fatigued. What I call it's tired. I don't know how I can explain it. That's just what I call it. It just, you basically, if you stay in one spot too long, you'll overcharge and you're never getting it. You know what I mean? If it don't go, just move around a little bit. You can always come back a little later and put a little fog on it. And we got that thing covered pretty good. All except for a little spot right there. On the, that's weird. All right, we got it. Yeah. Wow, it went everywhere. Sometimes it still amazes me. I've been doing this a long time, but sometimes it's just like, wow, man, how does it just get in there? That's powder coating, though. That's what it does. It just gets in there. All right, so I'm pretty happy with what I got going. Whee. Yep. We got that one marshmallowed. Marshmallowed. I swear it looks just like a marshmallow. It has no gloss and it's fluffy like a marshmallow. And why am I powder coating the back? Because there's a little spot in here that, why not? I taped all the China rail and everything's all taped up on that. So, all right, so this is going to go in the oven for a random period of time because it took 20 minutes to heat that up, and we're going to get our plugs out. We're going to in and out see the plug. This is kind of really important because clear has a lot of buildup on the plug. And if you do it on both coats, oh, it'll be big. You'll see when this is done how smooth it is around the holes. Pay attention to that when you watch the glamour shots. Pay attention to the holes, okay? That's the third tip in the video. I mean, I'm gonna have to, seriously, we're getting to the point where, I'm gonna have to start charging for this. 3 tips in one day? And they're probably the most important one. Pay attention to the holes. It's pretty universal. All right, we got our plugs going back home in our bucket. And he is gonna be happy with this. It's gonna be nice. I got no other masking involved, so that's it. We're gonna throw this in the oven and we'll show you what it looks like when it's done. Should be pretty nice. I'm hoping. Let's just hope. Will you hope with me? I don't want to do it again. If I did do it again, what you think I would tell you? Probably, because I'm an idiot. It's just what happens when you're an idiot. You tell people stupid things you shouldn't tell them. Okay, so I'll be back and I'll tell you some more stupid shit in a minute.